a suspect at the San Antonio airport, and it caused a precautionary lockdown there. Let's listen in as it appears the police chief is about to do a news conference.
I was able to watch the body cam or the Coban video, which does not have sound, but I did watch that. And what we have is a traffic stop. There were 3 individuals in the vehicle, in the truck. The officer walked up to the vehicle, stood there for just a few short minutes, having what appeared to be a casual conversation with the driver, and then at some point, I'm not sure why, but the driver pulled a gun and started firing at the officer. The officer was hit in the hand, and my understanding is once on the radio as well. He retreated backward, returning fire. Inside the vehicle, the passenger and the driver were both shot. They are both deceased, and the 3rd passenger was transported to the hospital, shot in the upper torso. That's what we have right now. That's all the information as I know it.
The officer that was shot in the hand, can you tell us how long he's been on?
He's been on 5 years. He was transported to the hospital.
What was the reason for the traffic stop?
I don't know the reason for the traffic stop.
And his status, chief, the officer that was shot in the hand?
My understanding is he's talking, and I'm getting ready to go over and visit him now, but I've not spoken to him, and I don't know his condition other than he was shot in the hand.
Do you have any sort of descriptors for the 2 deceased?
Both male, appear to be in their 20s, maybe mid to late 20s. The 3rd subject, I don't know any descriptors on that person.
We saw a woman being transported out with a gunshot wound. I mean, could it possibly be that woman?
Yes, that was who it was, yes.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Chief, were there any other officers with this?
No, he was by himself, and I will tell you again that he approached the vehicle, spoke very casually at the window for, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden the gun was pulled and he ran backward and returned fire, and the result was 2 deceased in the vehicle and 3rd person injured from the gunshot wound. I will also say that the officer is very, very lucky to be alive at that close range, having been shot in the hand and not somewhere else more vital. The surprising thing to me was the conversation at the door was very casual.
And I know you said casual. You said there was no audio. Did it just seem casual?
There was no excited motioning with the hands or anything like that. It was just very casual conversation from its appearance.
And then I was able to speak with a few witnesses about how many shots were fired. We're hearing like 20. Not sure if that's true or not, but I wanted to get from you at least an estimated about how many. Was it 10, 5? Was it a lot of shots?
I know there were multiple shots fired from the truck, and I couldn't tell you how many shots were fired from the police officer at this point. There were multiple rounds, but I couldn't tell you how many exactly.
How long do you all plan on being out here?
We'll be out here for probably a couple hours.
Chief, what hand did he get injured, and how hard is it to shoot with a hand that's injured?
Well, it's difficult, obviously, but he managed to do it. Actually, he managed to do a reload. My understanding is the firearm had a malfunction, and he was actually able to reload in a pretty quick time. And
Last question?
Yeah.
Chief, do you know, were officers having any directed patrols in this area or anything like that? Any specific instructions?
That I don't know. But anyway, he's an officer patrolling here. routine traffic stop, which turned out to be not so routine after all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will Dupree back here in the KXAN live studio. We just heard from San Antonio's police chief, that's William McManus. What he was sharing there is that a traffic stop led to a shooting. So what they said is that they reviewed the officer's body camera footage. An officer pulled over a truck for an unknown traffic stop at this point. Obviously, that will be a part of the investigation that's ensuing now. But during that traffic stop, according to the police chief, the officer walked up to this truck and began a conversation with 3 people inside. The police chief says then the driver pulled out a gun and began firing at the officer, striking the officer in his hand and the radio. The officer, according to the police chief, retreated and then returned fire, and during that exchange of gunfire, killed the driver and the front seat passenger. A woman in the back seat was hit by a bullet in the torso and has been taken to the hospital, and her condition at this time is unknown right now. The officer who was hit in the hand with the bullet is now also in the hospital. The police chief saying that he is now going to the hospital to visit that officer who has been talking to authorities, according to police. Again, the investigation is just beginning there in San Antonio. I'm going to look up really quickly to see where this is located so that if you know somebody who's in that area, you might warn them because police are going to have this cordoned off, as you see, multiple layers of police tape there as this investigation begins. But let me look up that address really quickly. This is on the city's west side. This is off Penn Road and near Westfield. This all unfolded at about 11:30 this morning. Multiple gunshots being fired. Some of the reporters there saying that they talked to witnesses who heard that exchange of gunfire there. But again, an officer has been hurt and 2 people killed after that officer returned fire from this shooting that stemmed from a traffic stop earlier today in San Antonio.